Hello everyone. Olá, bom dia. Tervehdys kaikille. Greetings from Sintra, Portugal. I'm here on my usual walk, and this time I decided to take the opportunity and do a selfie video. Yes, I even got myself a selfie stick from a branch I found, and I'm well equipped. I'm doing the selfie video also because I'm participating on a movement, social media movement called Thank You Plant Medicine. So I'm going to be sharing a bit of myself about the movement, and in the same time hopefully you can enjoy some of the beautiful scenery that is surrounding me here in the natural park of Pena. It's a luxurious vegetation from trees and plants from all over the world. There's a gardener's house, a cute house with some cork surroundings in the windows, in the ceiling. So it's a big area, probably a few hundreds of hectares, from with trees and plants all over the world. An unusual and a rich collection of trees, a variety of species, almost 1,000. So including also the natural Portuguese plants and trees indigenous, also trees from exotic places, as these fern trees from Tasmania, New Zealand. So they are all here living harmoniously together. This park was created by the king in the 19th century, the Ferdinand II, and it was part of the movement called Romanticism. It was a movement that valued beauty, imagination, and nature. Gave a big importance to nature as a source of creativity, inspiration, and healing. So one can think also this park as a place where the romantics of the 18th and 19th century came to do some forest bathing. So besides studying the plants, came here to appreciate the plants, study them. So kind of an outdoor laboratory. So my idea is to take you with me up to the hill, to the called tea hill, where there is some tea plants. While I'm walking there, I'm going to tell you about the movement, about a bit about myself, since the idea is to people to share their stories, how plants and psychedelics have brought a positive impact to their lives. Well, in my case, I'm here enjoying this walk that can also be very healing. Lately I've been enjoying greatly, so that's one modality, mindful walking in this environment. And these plants, even though they are from the southern hemisphere, from tropical areas, they are surviving here well, growing beautifully here, and I think that serves as a good analogy for the psychedelic use, the criteria that setting and dosage. So if the soil, metaphorically speaking, the soil and the climate, here it's a special microclimate of Sintra, if they are good, then the set, also the approach, the respect, the relationship that we have, and the dosage, the right proportion, these all well combined can create an optimized environment for a good growing, even for humans. There's a lovely looking redwood, coastal redwood, sequoia. That's my Finnish, my other native language, so that in Finnish has a very vigorous sounding name. It's called mammuttipetäjä. And there's also a magnolia tree that's probably from Southeast Asia or South America. Yes, so also to share a bit about myself and about my relationship. I think that psychedelics have added up to my life, have brought me a positive impact, in the sense that, well, it has to do overall with my existential journey, as in the, I guess it's in the case of, for each of us, but in my case it started when I was a little kid. I was interested into enter altered states. I would shake my head on my bed until I would enter some kind of altered state. And then in my teens was interested in the ultimate questions, reading a lot. This also probably had to do with the fact that the topic of death came to my life at a very early age, so that influenced me also to trying to understand about life and do some existential contemplation. There's a beautiful tree already having the flowers, some araucaria trees on the background. So yes, and then in my 20s I got to study social psychology, as I thought that was the academic discipline that would make me understand the self, the identity a bit better, and it did it up to a certain point, but from then it was also about the direct experience. And so I got into meditation, got into lucid dreaming, astral projection, which all served me as valuable tools for insight and to understand me, to understand myself a bit better, and eventually also about the nature of reality. And these also psychedelics have served me as an instrument. I even like to think of them as a kind of a biotechnology, and especially some of the molecules that are more close to me, namely 5-MeO DMT, that probably is also found here in the nature. Here are also plants that contain this compound that is found in nature and in some animals, or even indigenous to human organism. And of course there are also fungi with their compounds and the laboratory made that are also valuable. By the human ingenuity we can now create the pure molecules that are present in nature. So ultimately it's all from the same source. So yes, in that sense, beside of serving as a tool for consciousness, they have healed me. There is a term that is usually applied to these substances as being hallucinogenic. Well, I think it's a bit of a misleading term. I like to think that they have also a very powerful de-hallucinogenic effect, meaning that they have stripped me from some of the stories that have not corresponded in a healthy way to my life, or have limited me, some thought distortions, self-images that have not been so constructive to my personal life. So if we understand healing to restore balance, so in that case, in my case, they have certainly served me as a powerful healing tools. Here's an acacia tree. As some of you know, there's also very powerful compounds in some of the acacia trees. I have the privilege to be living in a country where all of the substances are decriminalized, have been already for 20 years. So it takes off some of the pressure and enables organizations to work more freely in harm reduction and substance testing. So a shout out to Cosmic Care for all their good work here in Portugal. And I personally believe, and I would like to see, that this will be present more and more, this plant medicine, in research, and we can adapt some of the beautiful indigenous traditions and knowledge that the indigenous people have to the modern knowledge, to have the knowledge to translate to our language, the modern Western language, the traditional wisdom. And here we are already reaching the top of the hill, the tea hill. There are some tea plants, also plant medicine valuable, so not necessarily so psychoactive as most of the psychedelics, but beautiful healing plants also. Silence also a good healing tool, as I'm enjoying here at the moment. There's not even wind where I'm coming to the top of the hill, and from here you can see probably the surroundings, the natural reserve of Sintra at there on the background. That would be the Europe's most western point, meaning geographically speaking, continental Europe's most western point. Across the pond on the same latitudes is Washington DC, and then there is the Pena Palace, the colorful palace, fairy tale palace, Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, so this is it. Thank you. I wish you all well, and special thanks to all the others that are sharing their stories, being open and having the courage in sharing their stories. And thanks also to the Lisbon's Psychedelic Society and other organizations that are participating in this movement, and everyone who's contributing. Yeah, bye.